Hey, thanks for tuning in on this next video. We're going to be testing out Phoenix EOD Hydra rinseless wash. I had the pleasure of meeting the Phoenix EOD guys at the Southern Detailers Conference in Louisville, Kentucky last weekend, and I'm a rinseless wash fan. And I met Aaron Burkett, as I guess he's one of the owners of the company. Chatted with him, and also got to see Brian with Fab Automotive Detailing. That's from YouTube, as well as Brian from Apex Detailing, as well as Papa Smurf. So it was a fun day of hanging out with those guys, learning from them, and trying products out. These Phoenix EOD products are pretty neat. This is a rinseless wash. It kind of smells like bubblegum, and it's 1 ounce per gallon. So it works a little different than the typical rinseless washes like ONR and the P&S Absolute, which are 1 ounce per 2 gallons, and also use Wolfgang Uber, which is 1 ounce per 3 gallons. So supposedly this is all polymer based, leaves nothing behind compared to some of the other products, which also that's what McKee's N914 says. Supposedly this is slicker than the other ones, but then most of them say that. So I'm going to give this a go on my Ford Mustang here, getting ready to take it to a Mustang get together. It got rained on the other day, so it's got some dirt. It's not real dirty, and we'll see how we like this stuff. As far as mixing it in the bucket, we've got my Adams clear bucket here, and the stuff is very thin. It's not thick like the Absolute. I already put 2 ounces in here to go to 3 gallons. Just poured that third one in there. Pretty cloudy, like I said before. It does smell like bubblegum, so it does smell nice. And we're going to be using the Ultimate Black Sponge as well as the Big Red Sponge to the rinseless wash, and we'll also mix up a bottle of prep spray to hit the car with first. Okay, so we've got our Phoenix EOD Hydra mixed up. Got our sponges in there for rinseless washing. So now we're going to have a go at it. I've got my press-all bottle from the Obsessed Garage I got from a glove box subscription box. These things are really cool for doing rinseless wash, the pre-treating. So we're going to give it a go here. This car got rained on since it got washed last, so that's how it's dirty. So we're going to get pre-treat here. In the back of the car is where it looks the worst, which a lot of cars are like that. So use our black sponge. Using sponges to wash cars is counterintuitive, because I've heard for a long time, don't use sponges on cars. But these rinseless sponges are very cool. It's a different kind of sponge, obviously. They don't scratch your paint. So, and that's something you got to watch on some of these newer cars, especially the ones that have the piano black trim like this car does. All these Mustangs that have that piano black trim on the trunk lid, and it will scratch in a heartbeat. So it goes on real easy. You can see the water's beating up from the wax I put on. I've got Wolfgang Fusion paste wax on there right now. So let's give it a dry off and see what it looks like. All right, here's our handy drying towel. Does flash off pretty nice. It's nothing you have to watch on the spoiler on this car, where it's black, shows every flaw. So anyhow, so far so good. I don't know if y'all can see the glossiness now that it's clean. As the sun is coming up, we're doing a morning wash on the way to a Mustang meetup. So that's what it looks like so far. We'll come around and do another section. All right, and this car has what's called the black package. Black package is black wheels, black badges, black spoiler, and black roof. And as we know, black paint shows everything. So as you can see, hopefully, because I can see it on my screen here, you can see all the dust and the pollen and the water spots before it got rained on, then driven for a couple days. Plus I took it to Louisville, Kentucky, that Southern Detailers Conference, and got some dust on there. So giving it a pre-treat here. Walk around, check it from the other angle. Use our big red sponge on this since it's a bigger panel. Give it a wipe. I mean, it is pretty slick, I will say that. See, I might even rate this a little slicker than the Absolute when I did the video on that. Although Absolute's a nice product. The only downside with this Hydra so far, compared to Absolute and O&R, is the usage and the cost. Most rinselesses, you mix up one gallon of rinseless soap for every 2 gallons of water. This is 1 to 1, so you're going to be using, well, it depends how many gallons you mix up, but you're going to be using, you know, twice the chemical usage. So that's going to drive the price up. But it is very slick to put on. I will say that, no question about it. So we'll give this a go. Give it a good dry off. Show its skills on black. Had a black Mustang before this one that you might see in some of my older videos. Gorgeous car. But I didn't buy it new, and it had some flaws with the paint, and black paint shows everything, and I couldn't deal with it, so I traded it for this one. But as you can see on the, as I walk around the way the light's hitting the roof, how easy this flashes off. So that part's actually pretty impressive. Okay, still flashing a little bit over here, but that's one. It's very slick compared to some of the other ones. Flashes off real nice. Maybe where it's polymer based, like what they talk about. But overall, it seems like it's a nice product. I know I'll use it some, but cost wise, where I'm not a pro detailer, that's not a big deal. But guys that are pro detailers, unless it's a lot cheaper by the ounce, by the gallon, this may not be cost effective for a pro to use it. But for somebody like me, it's a pretty nice product. I'll put it in my arsenal with some of the other rinselesses I use. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next video.